Hello guys, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. It is your friend Raphael Patroba. Today I want to make you to understand what actually junior school teachers call Kahutini schools. You know, they talk about Kahutini, and then most of us, we try to ask ourselves, what do they mean, these people, when they talk about Kahutini? You know, the name itself looks, actually it sounds so bad, but anyway, this is what they mean when they talk about Kahutini. In Kahutini schools, actually, basically, they are talking about junior schools in Kenya. And actually, not all of them are referred to Kahutini, but most of them, they are referred to Kahutini. You know, when they talk about that, they talk about that because of the situations that they actually find themselves in, or what they experience even as they are in their line of duty in those schools. Anyway, I'm not trying to bore anybody, but I'm trying to say what that is on the ground. Now, when you talk about Kahutini schools, teachers are talking about schools where you don't eat free meals, you don't drink free water, you don't take free meat as we were used to high schools or senior schools or the so-called secondary schools. In Kahutini schools, or as well junior schools, most of them, I don't mean all of them, most of them, you have to contribute, my friend, for you to eat lunch or a tea break. Nothing for free is there. If it's there for free, it is that head of institution who has tried to do what is required to be done. Actually, what I'm saying is required to be done, but if they are not doing it, you have to contribute for that. Anyway, the next thing about Kahutini schools, these are schools where you teach what you never went to the university to study for. You went to the university to study for mathematics and chemistry. There you teach even CRI, you teach Kiswahili, or as well you can teach English, simply because it is Kahutini. Anyway, that's the environment in Kahutini. Another thing that is there in Kahutini is this: you are not hard as a teacher. You are there to be seen, my friend. You are there to teach. You are there to do what you are being told to do. By who? By your seniors. That's the head of the institution, or as well the senior teacher, or as well the deputy. You do what is being required for you to do. Your voice is not needed. Anything that is good for the school, maybe you want it to be done, you cannot propose it. Simply because it is Kahutini. That is the Kahutini that these teachers talk about. Well, another thing about Kahutini, it is sports, or what we call co-curricular activities in these schools, or as well in this sector of education. Nothing that is called protocol, nothing that is called professionalism in doing these things, nothing that is there. Actually, what is there is, if you are in games, actually football can be played within 10 minutes and it is completed, and a team is declared a winner, simply because they don't have time. They are just trying to fix the thing so that they save money, or as well the activities are done. Yani wanafanya hiyo kitu iwaondoke. Anyway, those are that's what is done in most of the places in Kenya. Not all of them. Some of them, they are well organized, but most of them, they are doing that. Anyway, another thing about Kahutini, it is a place where teachers, you know, their teachers are primary teachers and as well junior school teachers. They are not in consensus. They are not in agreement. They are complaining moment by moment. Primary teachers are complaining. These people, they brag because they have a degree. And as well, junior schools are trying to say, these people, we are not of the same category, we are not of the same caliber, and so we ought not to be around with them. And so there is that cohesion, there is that problem of misunderstanding of each other. Anyway, another thing about Kahutini is this is a place where these junior school teachers, they are not in agreement with their head of institution. Most of them, some of them, they're enjoying a good life. Life is very smooth, but most of them, mark the word most, the head of institution is not in peace with them. They are not getting each other. Every person is doing his or her own things just because it is Kahutini. Anyway, these are the schools where these teachers are complaining of autonomy. In short, they want to stand by themselves, and that's what we call Kahutini. These are the schools that we call Kahutini. Anyway, not only that, my friend, in Kahutini, this is a place where you are in class and a teacher, maybe a teacher of PP1, a teacher of grade 1 comes to class. He or she picks learners. When you are teaching, my friend, there is no decorum, there is no respect. They go with those learners, they do their stuffs. Maybe they take them to the shamba to dig, maybe to do some other things in the school, and then you remain with a few of the learners in class. This is what we call Kahutini, my friend. The list is long. Anyway, let me just speak about the last one. The list is very long. In Kahutini, this is a place where my friend, these teachers, they don't value, most of the leaders, they don't value the well-being of a learner. My friend, if you value the well-being of a learner, you should not actually be having briefs every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Briefs that every time you are calling learner teachers, let's talk about this now. Accumulate those briefs and then talk about them once for all. On Monday after parade, you are called for a brief. It takes 2 hours. Around 3 to 4 lessons are squandered. That time is no more. You are not going to fix it. The student, this time is not actually taken care of. That's what we call a Kahutini. In Kahutini, this is a place where, let's talk about science. There are no apparatus in the laboratories. Actually, we only have what we call, most of them, they only have what we call, in my school, we have a very good laboratory, but most of the schools that I have seen, or my friends have talked about, oh, my friend, they have what we call imaginary. Is it imaginary? Imaginary laboratory. That's what we call Kahutini. There's a laboratory, but it is a hall. There are no apparatus. There are no things that should qualify it to be called a laboratory, and that's what we call Kahutini. The list is so long, I'm going to come with other facts. But anyway, to those head of institutions, to those teachers that are trying to make the environment suitable for the learning, for the goodness of learners, may God bless you guys. You're doing a nice job. But to those, of course, they're the most ones who are very obnoxious, so adamant, so disorganized, so lopsided, full of discombobulations, full of discombobulations, full of fax passes, full of boo-boos. My friend, you need to change. We are talking about the well-being of a learner. The well-being of a learner. You're earning a salary, and there is a learner who is actually focusing on his or her own future. May you take the action which is there to favor a learner. May God bless you guys. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please may you do so. That's the only way of supporting me. And keep watching us. We bring to you goodies about education matters and even other things of life, other spheres of life. May God bless you guys. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Bye.